With Cuban and Soviet blockade, Nicaragua is being transformed into a beachhead for aggression against the United States. It is the first step in a strategy to dominate the entire region of Central America and threaten Mexico and the Panama Canal. That's why the cause of freedom in Central America is united with our national security. Yet, at this crucial moment, there are those who want to cut off assistance to the freedom fighters and take the pressure off.
Una tierra en todo el continente, hermosa y valiente, esa es mi nación. Soy puro pinolero, nicaragüense por gracia de Dios. Gracias sí, comunismo no.
¡Y Sandino vive!
¡Muere!
¡Y Ortega!
¡Contra!
¡La Contra sí! ¡Comunismo no! The Sergeant of Arms will do his duty.
Move back, folks, please, will you?
Why don't you listen to President Arias, who opposes Contra aid? The Contras are not the solution in Central America. The Contras are the problem.
Now about that catchy phrase used so often in today's debate. Let's give peace a chance. I have to ask the question, what kind of a peace are we talking about? The people in the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe would undoubtedly say they're at peace, but that isn't the kind of peace that I envision for truly freedom-loving people.
But there is an important point. And this is that Mr. Reagan, nor any of us, did not come to Washington to preside over Central America in any sense. He came to Washington to preside over the United States, you see. And I think the point I'm trying to make is that the people of Central America elect their own leaders, their own people speak for their own countries. The 5 Central American presidents have joined together, and they've asked us not to send any more destructive weapons into their region.
Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega said that the vote in the United States denying the Contra rebels continued aid was a unanimous vote by the international community for a peaceful solution to the problems of Central America, and a unanimous vote against the war. But he warned that the victory didn't mean an immediate end to hostilities. Nicaraguans took to the streets in a carnival atmosphere. With the economic situation deteriorating as a result of the war and its cost, many people see the anti-Contra vote in the United States as the first step on the way to getting the country back on an even keel. As well as Nicaraguans, some American volunteers in Managua also celebrated. Maria Zuniga, originally from Minneapolis, expressed her feelings.
There was a great victory for the Nicaraguan people. There was a great victory for all of those of us, of you, who have worked so hard in solidarity with Nicaragua.
But newspapers warned that the Reagan administration would try to find a way round Congress and continue to fund the fighting.
Mr. Armstrong.
After last night's vote in the House, Contra aid is dead in Congress, and the Senate should not waste its time trying to bring Contra aid back from the grave. The Senate should not give artificial respiration to a policy that is dead and should now be buried. and it's time to pull the plug.
As a private citizen and someone who has fought to defend the freedom of my country and as someone who cares deeply about the freedom of all people, I intend to lend my personal efforts to find ways, legal ways, and I underscore legal ways, totally above-board ways, for private Americans who feel as I do to show their support for the freedom fighters in Nicaragua.
On this vote, the yeas are 51, the nays are 48. The joint resolution is passed.
Now there are no more excuses, no more pretexts for any nation in this region for complying with the Guatemala Accord. I think that now the path toward a ceasefire is much easier. We have removed a very important obstacle, and I do hope that very soon we can reach ceasefires both in Nicaragua as well in El Salvador and Guatemala. And after that, without more aid to the Contras, I think that it is possible to advance toward democratization.
Avancemos a la revolución, nuestro pueblo.